Gizo town is a medium-sized township and is the capital of the western province in the Solomon Islands. It has a population of approximately 7,000 inhabitants, and 3,000 of those inhabitants reside within the Gizo town boundary alone.
Gizo is exposed to a number of natural hazards due to its location on the coastline, heavy rains and landslides. Water scarcity, droughts and temperature rise are the most serious hazards.
The Western Provincial Government in its policy statement for addressing now the water and sanitation issue of Gizo in relation to the effects of climate change. This has been a very, very long issue that has challenged the provincial government for so long. I think this government has addressed it very seriously this for a time. There has been a committee that has been a provincial committee that has been formed in Gizo for addressing now climate change issues.
The same limit we follow here is just after second day. After second day rain him stop, 2 days after everyone is looking for water again. So we learn to budget our kitchen water, that's water in the tank for drink. And everything else, if I must go look at them everywhere now. The main people will look at them water is women. Him also rare for looking at a man, go look at them water. Him had too much for laundry. Laundry him use him up too much water. So we have to make use of okata creeks and okata small dams when we find them or wells. And many people are digging wells this time. Okata wells okata clean. Some of me got them also like oily scum on top. Maybe it's not that clean, but it serves the purpose.
Most of the time, our people with disabilities are neglected inside the community. Sometimes people looking more disabilities or same, they will be the last one for save, especially when come to drought. If water come for collecting water, people by just push them all aside and by sometimes even hard for taking water and go back home. Yeah.
The primary school, police, hospital, Gizo hotel and some churches and housing are connected to a small reticulated sewage system. Widespread uptake of water-based toilets will place a significant additional water usage demand for Gizo township. Poor construction and management practices will result in surface and groundwater pollution that is largely irreversible for Gizo.
That one now me fala look at the water for flushing of the toilets. So most people using two side sea, and that's the truth for many people.
Dahil lo sanitation, water design lo toilet around lo urban town lo Gizo ya, no follow na standard principle design laws toilet. People use him nama how thinking how not to make a toilet, and the other issue is like no proper drainage or kind something or same. You look him time him heavy rain or same. Water run come up, run nama lo any kind corner lo place, yeah? So any kind rubbish, any kind something all about nama lot of place.
Gizo's water supply was developed in the 70s. The water system is in a failed state and the existing system design is highly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change.
Gizo has several water sources, including springs and streams and groundwater sources such as handag wells. In the township lo Gizo, one of our main stream where we supply water for the public is located inside the correctional service area. That fala source we supply water go three fala main standpipes, and those three main standpipes supply water for the whole Gizo township. People lo Gizo town depend na lo rainwater tanks for drinking. Yeah? During drought period time and lack of rainfall, yeah, people tend go for secondary option water sources, yeah, and have to use him even for drinking too. Main water supply for Gizo na is lo Leoko source, so we are 6 kilometers out from the Gizo township, and as you look him na lo here, Leoko dam intake and water source water level this time very low. People along lo communities living along this pipeline where lead go Gizo township. Also tap into this main pipeline where supply water for Gizo township. Make this water pressure for no reach Gizo township. So at the moment the township is without water. So that's why people have to use him not as secondary options.
SIWSAP quick fix actions are short-term responses to alleviate severe water stress caused by prolonged drought.
So you will know, also help me for the community here for putting up this well of well here. So this time, we were happy too much that well has been done, and we were happy too much that stuck people also. I mean, okay, people who come to market or Eastern locations on top hills, around here where people don't get what come using this well of water.
As the SIWSAP provincial officer, one of the most urgent needs is the establishment of a clear set of regulations governing administration of the water supply. This includes protection of water sources, existing water sources or new water sources, the protection of watersheds and catchments, and the involvement of the local authorities and the police to play an active role in the enforcement of the local regulations. Another area of improvement is the efforts to raise public awareness. Collective efforts are required to promote a better sense of ownership of water supply infrastructure. Outreach and awareness campaigns are important so that information can be shared to the communities and the people in Gizo. It is important that this information gets to each household level so that people know how to best manage their water during times of water scarcity or water shortages within the township.